Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the 2025 Barletta Cabrio 24UE. Before we kind of get into the specifics of this model, I kind of want to give you kind of the lay of the land as far as how Barletta's line's set up. Barletta is known as a premium brand, high-end boats, all that type of stuff. They have a series below this, below the Cabrio, called the Aria. For most brands, that would be considered like a mid-level boat. Okay, the Cabrio is one step up above the Aria. So again, compared to the marketplace, this is kind of like a hot upper middle to like lower end luxury model. So I really like this model. As we go inside and see, it's one of my favorite ones in the line because it gives you a lot of cool features, a really interesting layout, and a lot of those luxury features. However, you're not talking a ridiculously high price. Most of these, depending on how you equip it, is going to come in well below 100,000. Even quite a bit lower than that, depending on the engine you put on and the features and stuff like that. So when we get into it, we'll see how great this layout is. But from the exterior perspective, just a few things we got going here. On this model, we've got the upgrade to the blackout package, where you see the trim, the skirting, the rails, all in that black anodized rail system. We've got the gray exterior, and then you can kind of see multiple little curves, a couple little support rails in there to, again, give that thing style. Now, one of the things with Barletta that I'm not going to get into too much in this video, but I definitely encourage you as a consumer to look at the long list of standard features on this boat and all Barlettas. So even on the Aria model, which is a lower end model, there's a ton of standard features. The Cabrio model takes those features, and we actually add 20 additional standard features on this model that are not on the Aria. So again, huge list of standard features. When you go to build this boat on the boat builder, you don't see this list of 70, 80 options to select from. There's like 10 or 12. All right, that's because this boat comes pretty much with everything you need. All right, let's take a look. Before we step up inside the boat, I want to talk about a couple of the features of the transom and the construction of this boat, a lot of which you can't see, but one of the things that sets Barletta apart is their construction, is their heavy-duty construction. They do what we call a VIP technology, which is basically a vibration isolation pad that they put on all the metal-on-metal contacts between the tubes and the cross members getting into the deck. So what that's going to give you is a really rock-solid, comfortable feel. Not a lot of vibration, and this is the one thing when you get into Barletta and you run it. I can run this boat that costs X amount of dollars, and I can run a boat from a brand X that costs 30 grand more, and this boat feels more rock solid on the water when you're hitting a wave, whatever it may be, because of that VIP technology and all the heavy-duty cross members that that they use at Barletta. The bottom line is the boat's a little bit heavier than most. All right, it's going to ride more solid. It might be 1 or 2 miles an hour slower. All right, but you're going to get all those benefits. Now, other things we want to talk about, just some of the cool, again, features that are really upgraded. This is one of 3 pet-friendly features. This is it works for pets, but it also works for adults. But a nice 5-step boarding ladder with these wide steps up top makes it super easy to get in and out of the boat. And like I say, they consider that pet-friendly for dogs. Again, you're going to see a lot of stainless steel elements throughout this boat. The grab handles, heavy-duty, ski tow bar, cleats, fencing, rails, all that type of stuff is all part of what you're going to see on the Barletta models. Okay, so we move up inside the Cabrio 24UE. I'm going to point a few things out. First of which, this is a 24-foot boat. Okay, that's what they call it. That's what they name it. Anybody who gets in this boat gets in it and like, wow, this seems really big. Well, that's true. It's 100% true, because compared to other models and other brands, we've got this extended rear deck here that increases space, but the actual tube length on this boat is 24 feet. The actual deck length is really approaching closer to 26 feet. All right, so when you're comparing this model to any other brand, you almost have to add 2 feet to it because you're getting that much more space, which is, gives you kind of an added advantage on the Barletta model. So tons of space here on the rear deck. We do see on the UE model, we've got these safety chains here. So that's going to allow you to sit in the rear facing position on the Ultra Lounger and have it be a legal seat while underway. There's also a little convertible door on the port side where you can close this area off. So if you have a pet or a small child or something, you can actually close this gate, all right, and have it close this in this area and that type of deal. So Ultra lounger. Okay, so on this model, because of the space that we're dealing with, this is a little bit narrower than you're going to find on the UC models. Okay, so the UC models are probably going to be more like this wide. However, the way that it works and functions is all pretty much the same. So we've got about 10 different positions and layouts we can set this up, depending on what you want. So I'm just going to go through a couple of them. Obviously, we kind of have a rear chill area here with just the seat facing this direction. We can move it this way and kind of have a full forward facing lounger. Okay, we can bring it all the way down to create a bed. Okay, so if we wanted to do that, we could. We also can adjust and move other seats. We can move one seat at a time. We can move this side if somebody wanted to sit facing, if that's going to lay all the way down and face backwards, we can do that. We can do it on both sides. We can do it on one side. There's like 10 different ways you can adjust this, and this is a really cool feature, and I like the way that it's done. It's not done in kind of a chintzy way where you feel like it's going to break or stuff. This is all heavy-duty upholstery, heavy-duty materials. Cup holders are everywhere. Good storage underneath. So generally a really cool ultra lounger layout, giving maximum versatility depending on what you want. Now, with this model, the UE, all right, we've got the Ultra Entertainer. All right, so we've got the small little bar area that I like because it doesn't take over the boat. All right, we're talking about a small space that allocation on the boat. We're not taking over the whole boat and losing a bunch of seating. So nice heavy-duty bar stools, nice heavy-duty table. Again, not flimsy at all. It's really, really rock solid, heavy-duty stainless steel. Kind of like a faux granite countertop to it. We can flip this seat here to actually kind of have a 4-person dinette from that perspective. So ultimately a very, very great, awesome, space and layout where you can still sit a bunch of people on this boat, but have the ability to sit down and have a nice deal. A nice little kind of trash can / little serving station over here as well. So again, a cool layout on this 24 UE. So we move into the center of the cockpit. I always like to point this out because it's just a nice feature. You can collapse this down and move it away if you don't want it up, but this is a perfect kind of, like a serving area or an extra table. Everybody needs that on a boat, but the nice thing is it's not really in the center. It's not in the way of everybody. You can store it away if necessary, and it just kind of collapses into the furniture, so I really like that feature. Obviously, you can flip-flop this seat depending on what you're doing on the near the bar setup. Since we are in a tri-tune, this is a nice heavy-duty, really wide opening, really well-designed ski locker. All right, so you can put skis, tubes, cover, extra life jackets, tubes, that type of stuff down there, which is cool. The dash setup, again, one of the other upgraded standard features on this model is going to be the raised helm. All right, so we raise the helm up a little bit, gives you a little bit better visibility. All right, and I like this helm because it's kind of got that race car look to it. Really, really high-end feel. I'm a bigger guy. I've got nice leg room set up here. GPS is standard on this model. Great, Barletta custom gauges. Wireless phone charger standard on this model. All right, everything's really convenient, nice, easy to see. I don't see a kind of a cheap plexiglass windshield on here. And again, it's not super bulbous of a console, so it's not taking up a ton of space. So, well laid out console area on this model. We move to the bow area. And again, we talk about all that cool stuff we have going on in the back. We want to make sure we still have some lounger traditional seating on this boat. All right, so one of the upgrades again on the Cabrio series is the flip down armrest. All right, so you get that, so you can get a little bit extra support. The seats are going to be a little bit wider than what you're going to find in the Aria. They're also a little bit taller as far as the backrest goes. So this is a couple inches, few inches taller, so it gives me a little bit more support. I'm a bigger guy again. If I want to lay out, fully stretched out, nice convenient armrest. On this side, we've got recessed cup holders and speakers as well, so it's kind of out of the way. You don't have to have some little portable thing sitting in the middle of the boat taking up space. Another upgrade is you're going to see that all the seat bases are vinyl wrapped. All right, so it gives it a little bit cleaner look than having the the plastic or the composite material underneath kind of showing. So it makes it give it a little bit more of a finished look. And then you look at the upholstery too. The stitching quality, the styling, the multi-textures going on that, makes it really, really appear and look high-end. So overall, just an awesome, awesome layout. And again, you look at the spacing on this boat as far as what you can do. I mean, you could sit 3 people up here on each side if you wanted to. You can sit a couple people at the bar area, another at the driver, 2 or 3 people on the lounger, even 1 or 2 people, you know, in the bar stools. Since they have a seat back, you can definitely sit in those seats kind of moving at a decent pace. You're probably not going to want to run at max speed all the time in that seat, but it is a sturdy seat. Okay, so a little bit about the performance of this boat. This particular boat that we're sitting on is set up with a Mercury 200 horsepower with the Barletta Tri-Tune. That's kind of a good kind of overall good solid engine. The maximum horsepower is 250. We do sell some of these with the 250, but with a 200, you know, depending on how you load the boat, this boat is rated for up to 14-person capacity. You can definitely see speeds, you know, well into the 30s, you know, mid to upper 30s without, you know, much of an issue, depending on the load of people with the 200 horse. So good overall performance for tubing or light skiing or stuff like that. You know, we can put a 150 on here if you're looking primarily just a tube. Obviously, even in a 2-tube version, you can put a 90 or 115 on it if you're just looking to putt around and kind of have a nice, beautiful boat without the performance aspect. But you know, but one of the things with Barletta is they are known for their performance. They are known for their solid ride and stuff like that. So usually our best sellers are going to be the Tri-Tune setups. You know, so overall, awesome layout, awesome boat for 2025 with Barletta. Thanks for checking out our video. For more information, visit our website, BuckeyeSportsCenter.com. Check out our YouTube page, subscribe, where you see all kinds of videos like this one. And thanks for watching.